So Chromebook, what you should know about it, some history, and why you should definitely consider it, even in 2020 and going into 2021. Coming up next. Hey guys, this is Darren with Everyman Tech, your one-stop shop for tech reviews and how-to videos. And today we're going to give you the whole 101 about the Chromebook. Now, for some out there, it might be a new topic, a new computer, as they think about more about the Mac and the Windows, but the Chromebook actually does still exist, and it is pretty useful. So today, in this video, we're going to talk about the history, we're going to talk about its uses, and why you should definitely consider buying it in for the rest of 2021 and 2020 as well. So definitely subscribe if you get value out of this content, so you can also be notified of all future videos relating to Chromebooks and other laptops and other tech as well coming up. And definitely hit the like icon if you get some value out of this video, and definitely for you, I appreciate your support. So without further ado, let's get into it. So to start off, we're going to talk about just a brief history of the Chromebook and how it all began. Now, back in June 15th, 2011, Acer and Samsung actually came out with the first release of the Chromebooks, and they were pretty good models, and they definitely laid the groundwork on what's to come in the near future. It was all the other models and other manufacturers who jumped on the Chromebook bandwagon and made their version of their own. Now, in this video, we're not going to talk about in particular models, but we're going to talk about overall what the Chromebook is, and pretty much just to break down some of the mystery behind it for those who may be saying, why a Chromebook, especially with all this Mac Minis and all that other stuff coming out, and with all the new Windows laptops, and just you see a bunch of those, but the Chromebooks pretty much get left in the weeds, but it's really not a bad laptop. So next we're going to talk about some of the stuff and some of the reasons why you should consider it, and we're going to begin with some of the tech and the features that comes along with getting a Chromebook. Now, the first thing you should know is about the Chromebook is it actually falls in between a line of laptop and notebook. And you might be wondering, what am I talking about? Well, let me tell you. Now, a notebook is defined as a thin or portable computer, usually within the screen size within like 15 inches or less in size. But also, you also note a notebook is very, very small. Now, you can compare a notebook to a tablet, as it's in the same kind of platform, but as unlike a tablet where you just have the screen and you can type on it, the notebook actually has a keyboard just like a regular laptop, versus a laptop, which is definitely bigger, has a built-in keyboard just like a notebook, but the screens tend to run into 13 all the way up to 17 inches in size. So definitely something to keep in mind on. And what really makes a Chromebook is actually not the fact that it's called a Chromebook, but it's nothing but the OS. Now, the operating system of Chrome is pretty much run by Google. The Chrome OS is nothing but for Google and only Google. So some might be wondering, well, you might be looking at some articles, or you might be reading or looking at videos of reviews where people are saying, well, Chromebooks are not that good, not compared to a Mac, or they're not compared to a Windows. Well, they're not either one. Chromebooks are their own entity, and it's definitely something you should definitely remember, because if you understand that, you'll understand that you cannot compare a Chromebook to either a Mac nor a Windows laptop, because it's just completely not the same. Now, some of the other features too that are great about a Chromebook is the fact that they're really simply built. Now, unlike a lot of the Windows or Mac computers, the Chromebooks are really, really simple. And when you open one up, and it really doesn't really matter, depending if you're looking at something as a basic Acer, HP, Lenovo, Dell, or versus all the way to maybe a Google Pixelbook, the platform of a Mac, I'm sorry, not a Mac, but a Chromebook is completely the same. And when you look at the layout, you'll notice another certain key that is different than all the other ones. And that key is the everything button. That's right, it's literally called the everything button, and I will tell you more about that and why that button is significant to the Chromebook. Now, the everything button is amazing, and pretty much what the everything button does is it's a one button that you can press to access everything, or at least to find everything. Now, the Windows computers have Cortana in the search bar, which we're all familiar with, just like the Mac has its own search engine. It's called Spotlight, and you can pretty much use that to find any apps or file locations or programs that you're looking for. And it's the same exact thing on Windows, but the everything button, they pretty much take those concepts and put it into the button, so where instead of you having to click around on the screen and try to find different icons, you hit the everything button and it automatically brings up the search bar. So you can definitely type in what you're looking for and it takes you right to it. Because when you're looking at the Chrome OS, you'll definitely see that as it is a very simple laptop or notebook to use, the Chrome OS, if you're not familiar with it, could be a little tricky in the fact that if you're somebody who's just solely based using Macs or Windows laptops, the Chrome OS was going to look a little different. But the everything button was designed to make everything easier for you, so that way you can look at what you're looking for. You hit that one button. If you're looking for files, or you're looking for the power button, you're looking for pretty much your where you're gonna hook up your network for your internet and wireless. You hit that everything button, you type what you're looking for, and it will take you to that exact location without you having to look on the screen and try to find where you want to click and try to search. Hit that one button, it brings up the search bar, you type what you want, bam, and it's simple. And it definitely, the everything button definitely comes in handy when you're talking about looking for your files or looking for like Google, the different Google apps like Google Classroom for kids, and they're trying to find their stuff and you're not there to help them out. They can just hit that one button, and that one button can, they just type what they're looking for, and it will, and it's smart enough to capture what you're typing, what you're looking for, and it will actually bring that right up for you. So, and you can just do like 1 or 2 keys, and it will search, it'll query and search for exactly what you're looking for. That way you can have a list of options to find your destination. So the everything button is just what it sounds like. It literally helps you find everything. Now, the next thing we're going to talk about is EMMC. Now, I'll let you know what that is coming up next. Now, for those who don't know, EMMC stands for Embedded Multimedia Controller. And pretty much what that is actually the flash drive and the flash media installed on the same silicon chip. So, unlike a regular SSD, which is very, very fast, which is in pretty much the new standard now as far as storage, the EMMC chip actually is a little slower and works just like an SD card. Now, the SD card is pretty much what you would use to put in a DSLR camera for storage, your phone, tablet, anything. Just that little chip that's very, very small that you just put in there for like storing stuff. That's pretty much what the same thing that's built into the Chromebooks. Now, it might sound great, but but it's not as fast. Again, I have to keep beating that point, is the fact that it is not as fast as the SSD. So if somebody for like programmers or somebody who really wants that instant memory storage, that instant access to memory, and want things that are saved super fast, or you're doing work on big files, things like that, unfortunately the Chromebook when that EMMC chip is not going to allow you to do that. But it does help with storing stuff. So if you're somebody just doing like little small stuff and things like that, the EMMC chip will not be a problem. Now, if you're someone who likes to tinker with your laptops, like to upgrade your own CPUs, hard drives, battery, someone who, especially people who wants to upgrade their own CPUs or their own SSDs, the higher ones, of course, gotta scale up, and your task or your demands are greater, so of course you want to scale up. Unfortunately, with the Chromebooks, you will not be able to do that because the EMMC chips are actually soldered into the motherboard itself. So there's no taking that one out and swapping another one in. unlike you can do with a Windows or a Mac. These are actually soldered into the Chromebook, so you will actually have to replace the whole motherboard. And given the price of an average Chromebook, which is about a couple $100, it's really, I'm telling you, the motherboard more likely to be more than the laptop, or just about the same. So it's really no point to do that. Now, some good software things are good to note too is the fact of the updates. Now, just like you know how we have your Macs, you have to update, and your Windows, you have to update, which is a lot. The Chrome OS, actually, they update as well too. But what you will notice is the fact that there's less times you have to restart your computer, because a lot of the Chrome OS updates actually run in real time. So you'll get the notification, just like any other Mac or Windows laptop, you'll get the notification that you have an update. Now, instead of you have to always restart your laptop to earn the update, you can actually click on it, and a lot of those updates will run in the background, which will cause less downtime for you, so you can keep working on your documents and keep working on things, and you won't have to worry about having that restart to interrupt you in your work time. So something to definitely consider. All right, so now that we got some of those tech specs and stuff out the way, now we're gonna go talk about the other stuff, like the features, not just the features, but some of the programs they run and who will be useful for. Now, just to begin with some of the programs. Now, of course, like I said, the Chrome OS is nothing but Google Chrome extensions and their own stuff. Now, if they have, like, if you're familiar with the Gmail, which I'm sure everybody is for their email, the Gmail is standard on a Chrome OS. And of course, if you like Google Drive, you want to definitely have that option to work on a document and be able to take that document to another device that runs Google Drive, which is pretty much all Macs and Windows laptops have, along with the Chrome OS, of course. Then yeah, then you have that too, and a bunch of other little Google options. So if you're someone who likes to use Google a lot, or you find yourself using Google Email, Google Drive, Google Photos, Google Connect for doing meetings and visual phone conversations with video conferencing people with Duo, yes, then that's when you definitely want to consider the Chromebook, because the Chromebook is dedicated to nothing but your favorite Google apps. So instead of you having a Mac, and you pay a lot of money for a Mac, or you pay a lot of money for a Windows laptop, now you just want to and you really just mainly use Google products, then it's just a no-brainer to go with the Chromebook, because the Chromebook is dedicated to nothing but those Google applications, and that price point is low because of that, because it doesn't have to compete and buy all these different softwares from other third parties and things like that, because everything on the Chromebook is built in from Google, so that price comes way down. So if you're someone who wants to save some money, and you're someone who doesn't really use a lot of Microsoft Word, or other little major Microsoft applications, and you mainly just use a lot of, you just want to check your Gmail and use a lot of G Suite products, especially for kids and in classrooms, doing Google Classroom. The Chromebooks are a no-brainer, definitely for kids, because they're cheap, they're portable, they're very efficient, they're easy to learn, most importantly. So the learning curve, again, is that low, so even kids can pick it up and learn it. And if you're in a school system where you're using Google Classroom, now the Chromebooks are a no-brainer, because the security is there, and all those familiar programs within the Google Suite is already known. So there's no more just clicking on different stuff and downloading different third-party software. Everything in Google is packed into that one. So definitely, if you're someone who uses a lot of Google, you want the portability if you can get email, Google Drive, and also I'm going to throw this in there. If you're definitely someone who uses a lot of Google Smart products, again, with it being Chromebook, it integrates well with all your smart home tech, whether it's your Google Home Mini, the Nest Hub Max, whatever. It will integrate with it, even the Chromecast. So you can project what you're doing on your computer, project it on your television, or wherever you have Chromecast. But that's a whole nother video. But just so like you know that Chromebook is, since it's a Google product, it integrates well with all of that. So if you have Google Home products, smart home products, then you have the ease of mind. All you have to do is add it to your other devices, and you can all talk to each other. So that's definitely a great bonus. But again, just to recap, if you look for this Chromebook is meant for people who just use mainly Gmail, your kids who just want to do like who use it for school work, or you just want to give them a basic laptop that's very cheap, but still does the job of getting assignments done, web browsing and things of that nature. Especially if you use Google search and Google Chrome as a search bar, there's no more having to download Google Chrome on your Windows and your Mac and then switching between the two. If you're just someone who mainly loves Google Chrome and nothing but Google Chrome, then again, the Chromebook is definitely a no-brainer. So yeah, definitely I recommend that for anyone who's heavy Google, only Google, and you want to save money and you don't want to have the burden of having to learn a different OS update or a different program like Macs and Windows laptops, from Windows 7 to Windows 10 for Windows, and like from High Sierra to Big Sur for Mac. They're great products, but some people might get overburdened about oh my gosh, and I have to learn this. I just got used to this. I was a guru in this OS, and then they update again. Now I have to learn the curve. Nope. Chrome OS and Chromebooks pretty much keep everything on the same even keel. So it doesn't matter which one you want. The one you get, whether it's Lenovo, Google, HP, Dell, doesn't matter. You will definitely get that same portability. Now, I don't recommend the Chromebooks for anyone doing a lot of video editing, doing a lot of photos or music producing, or any other programs or developers out there or even scientists who use a ton of applications where they need high-end graphics or they need high-end CPU power so they can move things across and get different high-end level projects done. Because with that EMMC chip, unlike a regular fast SSD, you won't get them super fast storage that you will get from a regular SSD. And as far as saving documents, so your saving time is going to be really, really slow, and uploading is going to be when you're trying to upload stuff from your files, is going to be really, really slow. And I know for those different type of professionals who do those type of high-end tasks, it's going to become a headache. Because I've tried to edit with a Chromebook, and yeah, just don't do it. So if you're looking for something high-end, or you do a lot of gaming, as for instance, a lot of these Chromebooks don't come with the high-end GPUs, CPUs, and of course the SSD or even RAM, unlike your Macs and your high-end gaming or regular use Windows laptops. These Chromebooks are not meant for that. Again, Chromebooks are meant for just regular web browsing, occasional photo dropping from like Google Photos, or just doing regular Google Drive stuff like different files, term papers, projects in schools, and little light tasks. So if you're looking for something, again, high end for gaming, editing photos or video or things of that nature, then I do not recommend the Chromebook for you. All right, so that's all I got. And again, I appreciate you taking the time and looking at this video, and hope you learned a lot about the Chromebook within itself, and you got the whole picture of what it is, how it is useful, some little intricate specs about it. And so I hope you definitely learned something. And again, I want to encourage you, if you have any questions about Chromebooks or any other laptops or tech that comes to mind, definitely leave those comments in the comment section, and I'll definitely look forward to answering those questions and getting your answers that you deserve. So definitely hit the like icon if you like this video, and I would definitely appreciate your support. And most importantly, definitely subscribe, because I'm doing a lot more videos on Chromebooks, different laptops, Windows and Mac, and a bunch of other little tech too, tablets, smartphones, things of that nature too. So I definitely want you to be a part of that, and definitely be first alerted when those videos drop. And again, I will also have the tech that I talked about, some different Chromebook options and things, so that way if you're interested in purchasing a Chromebook, I'll definitely recommend my top ones that I think you should definitely take a look at, and that I know that 1, work, 2, are easy for you to use, and 3, will actually make an impact in your life or your kids' life or anything like that. So definitely check for those out in the description. I'll have those purchasing details for you, definitely. And again, I want to appreciate you for taking the time looking at this video. And again, this is Darren with Everyman Tech, and I hope you have a great and safe day. Bye.